Hello, Rithwald Racers, and welcome to another episode of Modified Mondays, the show where we give you an inside look at an iRacing season. So this week we were at Lucas Oil Speedway, had a really good time on Tuning Tuesday. Big shout out to Fred and Joshua for coming out, helping out on the live stream. Got my force feedback all set, had some good tips on there about how to drive the track. Got my speed, I think I was in the high 20s, low 21s. But needless to say, even on the long runs, it was really good. I know in the past we've been having issues where over the course of a long run, the car was getting really loose or really tight, almost undrivable in the last few races. So I think we've got a good car this week. We'll see how that pans out. Outside of iRacing, I did some work on the car this week. We got some new wheels, new tires, got a new Pro Tuner installed on it. Car is feeling really good. Big shout out to my buddy Squino for popping over and helping with the car stuff. I had one little hiccup. The car was idling between 500 and 1500 RPMs. It was sitting there and just the revs were just going up, but the throttle wasn't working, anything like that. So I was kind of freaking out. Thought I screwed something up there, but it turns out that one of the sensors was just hooked in backwards. So I plugged that sensor in and everything's good. But now we're on Iridium plugs. Yeah, the car is coming along real nice. But enough of that nonsense. Let's get into some racing. Hello everybody and welcome to Lucas Oil Speedway. I'm starting in third place in that yellow number 8. We got Kyle Brummett in first, Tracy Jenkins in second, Sean Ross in fourth. Brandon Weiss in the number 2. This is his first SK Modified race. Bad start. We are in the middle. Got a pretty good job off the front there. Tracy really pushing the issue there. Trying to get around us on the high side. We're kind of throwing a little bit of a block. Not giving a full high line, not a full low line. He's going to try and shoot it up the bottom. Goes down the apron. Can't slide up because Sean Ross is there. Adam battling it out with John. This is a Division 5 battle. Both guys are in Division 5 here. John in number 7 is the division leader. Oh, and unfortunately Adam touches him, goes over the front. Some wall riding. Adam spinning on his hood. Gets hit again. Engine blows. Spinning like a top. Big wreck. Michael Halligan in the number 10 getting some work done. He gets around John. Spot back. We got Sean Ross on my tail. I'm going to try and shoot it up the inside. We're going to try and keep a little bit more speed on the high line. We're trying to keep it high on the outside. Unfortunately, I just overcorrect a little bit and crash into Sean. Huge apologies there. We were racing really good. I just overcompensated coming out of the corner. Unfortunately, that contact really took him out. Never what you want to see. Here we are on the nose cam of Kyle Brummett, our first place driver, working his way through some lap traffic. Excellent job of running the car on the low line. This is a track that really rewards a high line. He's making his way through the traffic, no problem on that low line. In contrast to me moving through, I was actually using the radio, trying to ask people if they would mind moving to the low line, but a lot of these guys are racing for position, so that wasn't an easy ask. I had Tracy Jenkins really coming up. You can see him in that blue 15 catching up to me behind. Trying to figure out where I'm going to be able to squeeze. Worrying about what hole I'm going to leave open for Tracy behind. Tracy's also a Division 5 driver, currently sitting in second place. I'm going to try and send it here on the high watt line, keeping it just a little bit off the wall. Getting around the number 12. Getting out of the throttle a little bit, trying to keep that car under control. Maybe squeeze it between him and John. Backs out. He's going to try it on this corner. Pushing down the inside onto the apron. And unfortunately, that's going to loosen the car up. Can he save it? No, it's going to spin around. Bounce the end. Couple 360s there. Really unfortunate for Tracy. Kyle Brummett, though, racing pretty easy. He's got the checkered flag in his car, and he's pretty much got the checkered flag in the bag here. Real nice paint scheme on that car. Really nice dude. He was chatting all the way through the beginning of the race. Sean Ross, after our collision, though, got his car fixed up, and he is just barreling through the pack here. Really good driving. Working his way past the number 2 and the number 7. And then a little while later, getting past the 12, the 10, and eventually the 4 up there he's going to get by. And I, on the other hand, was starting to shit bricks around lap 38. I got a call from my spotter saying that I was almost out of fuel. Did have quite a bit of a margin, so I decided, you know what, we're not going to do fuel. The white flag's out. We're going to be out pretty soon. And I said one more lap, so we got around. I'm just going to quarter throttle it. Try to make it through the race. We got one lap to go. Can we make it work? Brantley's coming up quick, though, from 3rd place. That dude was just trying to get out of everybody's way, get through his first Sk Modified race. And his plan paid off really well for him. The race really clean, really good. You can hear the car starting to bog out right there as we cross the finish line. In 2nd place, on fumes. Car just sputtering. And, yep, out of fuel. Slow it down here, you'll just see the car tries to start itself up. Get the auto start on. Nope, ain't happening. Completely out of fuel. Had just enough to get across the start-finish line with a 2nd place. So yeah, pretty dramatic race there. Didn't think I was even going to finish that race with the low fuel. Next time I'll have to make sure I put a extra thing of gas in that fuel tank. I like the track. Again, big apologies to Sean Ross. I just completely overcompensated coming out of that corner. I thought I was going to hit the wall and just overreacted, knee-jerk reaction, turned the wheel. And unfortunately, he was there riding me really close and kind of punted him. I wish that kind of stuff didn't happen, but unfortunately it did. So again, big apologies there. Definitely a tough time trying to get through some lap traffic. Just communicating with guys. I know they were running against other guys. Wasn't much they could do. Otherwise, I'd be giving up some positions. So just kind of had to wait my time and try to swerve through them when I could. I think for the most part, when people had the opportunity, they went down low, gave me that high line, and let me keep sailing. But yeah, love Lucas Oil Speedway. It was a fun track, fun running up high. So let's take a look at how the championship points are panning out for Division 5 this week. John Kenny will remain in first this week with 652 points, but less than 70 points separate Tracy Jenkins, who sits in second. Can he close the gap in these final 2 weeks? We'll find out. Scott Pepper will remain in third, followed by Wade in fourth. I'm able to push from 8th to 5th this week, pushing Christopher Van Scoy down to 6th. Adam moves down to 7th, just 20 points behind Christopher. Then following by 7 points is Michael Lordy. This is going to be a tight battle that's worth watching. Finally, we have Richard Ryder Jr. moving past Mike Payton to close out the top 10. So thank you guys so much for coming out and watching this Modified Mondays. We're going to be tuning the car at Langley Speedway tomorrow night, Tuesday at 7:30 over on our Facebook page. You can find a link to that below. Pop on over there, give it a follow, and be the first to see it as soon as it comes live. I'll be monitoring chat. We'll be drinking some beers and tuning the car. So maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll teach me something. We had a really good time there last week. So I look forward to seeing you guys over there. We'll be putting out another Modified Monday Monday again next Monday. We'll see how Langley treats us. Thank you guys so much. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up if you liked it. Hit the thumbs down if you didn't. The battle between Newman and Boyer. What did you guys think? Whose side do you have? Let me know in the comments below on that as well. And I will see you guys next week.